Hi there and welcome to another episode of School of Spirits. Today we're going to talk about tequila and mezcal. For a lot of people, tequila is linked to drunk nights out. In this video we will show you that there's a lot more to this amazing drink and a smoky companion. Both tequila and mezcal are Mexican spirits made of the agave plant. Mezcal is the name for every drink which is distilled from the juice of the agave. Tequila is, in fact, the name of a specific kind of mezcal. The agave americana was one of the holiest plants in pre-Columbian Mexico. It was used in several religious rituals. Back then they already cooked the heart of the plant, the piña, and let the juice ferment. It is unknown whether distillation was known at that time, but pulque and agave wine were made from these fermented juices. The first tequilas and mezcals date back to the 16th century when the conquistadors, the Spanish explorers/conquerors, mapped the New World. At a certain point they ran out of brandy and started a search for something new. The Spanish brought the art of distillation to Mexico, which resulted in the birth of mezcal and later tequila. Mezcal is the national spirit of Mexico and can be made out of 30 different species of agave. The most common ones used are the agave angustifolia and the agave americana. It is produced all over Mexico, but the majority comes from the state of Oaxaca. The word mezcal comes from the Nahuatl word mezcali, which means oven-cooked agave. An Oaxaca saying regarding the drink is "para todo mal, mezcal, y para todo bien, también," which means for everything bad, mezcal, and for everything good as well. Mezcal is mostly distilled in the traditional way by small local producers. After the jimadors, the agave harvesters, strip off the leaves with a tool called coa to reveal the piña, the agaves are heated in large ground ovens. The agaves are put on hot stones and covered with palm leaves and earth. The agaves are cooked for 3 to 5 days. During this process, the aromas of earth and smoke are absorbed by the agave. This gives the mezcal its characteristic smoky taste. The agaves rest for another week beneath the palm leaves to cool off. During this time, the fermenting already starts, after which the piñas are grinded in a stone mill, traditionally powered by a horse. The mash which results from the grinding is diluted with water and left to ferment in big tons. The last step is the distillation of the fermented liquid. The first distillation results in a transparent spirit from around 25% alcohol by volume. The second distillation results in mezcal from around 55% alcohol by volume. Mezcal can be made out of 100% agave or 80% agave. Both come in 4 categories: white mezcal, which is transparent and barely aged; Dorado, which is not aged but yellow of color caused by coloring agents; Reposado, which is aged for 2 to 9 months in wooden barrels; and Añejo, which is aged for at least 12 months. Some think that mezcal is famous for the worm in the bottle. This custom is only used by some producers and the origin is unknown. The worm is said to be the larva of the fall butterfly, which uses the agave as its host plant. It is not excluded that the worm was just a marketing stunt. The geographical indication of mezcal is originally limited to the states of Oaxaca, Guerrero, Durango, San Luis Potosí, Puebla, and Zacatecas. Similar products are made in other parts of Mexico, but these have not been included in the GI of mezcal. Traditional producers from outside the GI states are prohibited to call their product mezcal. Let's go to tequila. Tequila is basically a mezcal with some extra rules. For a start, tequila is to be made out of a specific kind of agave, the blue agave, also known as the agave tequilana. The second requirement is that tequila is to be produced in the area around Santiago de Tequila in the state of Jalisco and limited municipalities in the states of Guanajuato, Michoacán, Nayarit, and Tamaulipas. Tequilas which satisfy these conditions may carry the name tequila and are labeled with the NOM, short for Norma Oficial Mexicana. The NOM is always followed by a number, which is the distillery number. Premium tequilas carry the label 100% agave, which means that it is only made of agave and no other sugars or flavors are added. Tequilas come in 5 different types: Blanca or silver, which is not aged or aged in oak barrels for up to 2 months. Gold, which is colored to create the impression of aging. Reposado or rested, which is aged for 2 to 12 months. Añejo or aged, which is aged for more than a year but less than 3 years. And extra añejo, which is aged for at least 3 years. The color of the drink is determined by the length of aging, with exception of gold tequila, which is colored. Tequila can be drunk straight, but is also widely used in cocktails like the margarita and the tequila sunrise. The production process of tequila is nearly the same as with mezcal, for a few exceptions. The piñas for tequila are not cooked in ground ovens and covered with earth, but baked, which explains the lack of smoky taste in tequila. The baked piñas are then mashed by a Tahona stone wheel before left to ferment and later distilled. As with mezcal, tequila is to be distilled 2 times by law. So to sum up the story, every distillation from the juice of agave is a mezcal. Mezcal is mostly made in the state of Oaxaca, and the piñas are cooked in ground ovens covered in earth. This explains the smoky taste. Mezcal can be made out of different species of agave. Tequila is a type of mezcal with restrictions. It has to be made in the state of Jalisco or limited municipalities in 4 other states. Tequila has to be made out of the blue agave. The piñas are not cooked in ground ovens but baked in stone ovens, which explains the lack of smoky flavor. If you're familiar with tequila as a shot or in cocktails, try the aged variants to drink straight. It is best to taste 100% agave tequila, for these are the premium tequilas. If you like a stronger, smokier taste, mezcal might be the answer for you. See you next time on School of Spirits. Hi guys, this is Thomas from Bartender Concept. Do you like our content and do you want to support Bartender Concept in setting up a platform for these educational hospitality videos? Please subscribe to our channel or help us by becoming our patron. Check out this possibility in the link in the description. Ciao!